energized with the awesome power of ATP.
All right. Hey now.
Mr. Kovacs Class. It's Mr. Kovacs Class.
You might learn a ton.
It's Mr. Kovacs Class.
He's interested too.
It's Mr. Kovacs Class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs Class.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. All right, friends. Let's talk about ATP. Yeah, ATP. Yeah, ATP. Whoa, ATP, man, I'm energized. Energy, ATP. Yeah. And you've met my friend, Magnus Vermitochondrion. Hopefully I'll get back in the building and I can get the actual guy, but tell you what to do with the picture. And of course, Magnus, you know what he likes to do? He sees glucose, he likes to smash. In fact, when I say glucose, he says, smash! Glucose, smash! Glucose, smash! Glucose, smash! Glucose, smash! Glucose, smash! Smash! Okay, I think I get it. All right, so let's talk about ATP. To run your lives, you need ATP. It runs everything, okay? And I think the analogy that I'm using is that plants make glucose through photosynthesis. Glucose is like a check, okay? Yeah, it's money and it counts as money, but money is money you can use right now. And the cool thing about Magnus is that he'll cash checks for you. He's glucose, smash! Glucose, smash! Glucose, smash! He'll cash checks for you, and he gives two options. Right? You'd be like, hey, Magnus, I got this check. Can you cash it for me right now? And he will gladly do that for you and give you a little bit of cash. But another thing Magnus will do is that if you can wait, if you have patience, he'll do it for you, but he'll take his time with it. He'll smash it more slowly, and then you'll actually get more cash. So think about it. There's some times in your life where, you need cash now. And then there's times in life where I don't need it immediately, but I will need it. Maybe I'll, So here, I'll give you an example. I'll give you some examples anyway, right? Okay, so again, wait a minute. Photosynthesis writes the checks. Cellular respiration cashes the checks.
I just realized photosynthesis is just respiration in reverse. Whoa! Well, that was weird. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, cellular respiration. Cashing checks of glucose. Two ways.
Interesting. Anyway, glucose is stored, right? Magnus smashes glucose. Smash! And then you get ATP, which is like money you can spend. Glucose is a check. It's money, but not really usable. Smash! And then you get money, ATP. This is what you spend to do things to stay alive. Like, I don't know, you need to move your muscles. You need to use ATP. You need to breathe. That takes ATP. You need to squeeze your heart 70 times a minute. That takes ATP. I mean, you need it 24/7. You always need ATP. So you're always cashing checks. Right? And photosynthesis is where plants take sunlight and store the energy in glucose molecules. Right? Now, most plants do photosynthesis because they need energy later. Right? So it's like they store it. They write themselves a check, and then when they need the energy that they've stored, they do respiration to let it out. They smash the glucose.
I just realized photosynthesis is just respiration in reverse. Whoa!
We have done a lot of selective breeding to come up with plants that will store large amounts of checks of glucose in various organs, and then we harvest them so we can eat, right? Like a carrot. Carrots are selectively bred to store a ton of glucose molecules in their roots, and then we pull them out of the ground, and that's where we get our checks from, right? So cellular respiration is done in the mitochondrion. What goes in is glucose, smash, and what comes out is ATP.
Need a little ATP. Yeah! ATP.
Now, to be honest, if you smash glucose quickly, right, you can smash it and you get ATP, and you get two waste products. You get carbon dioxide and water. If you want to do it more efficiently and get more cash out of it, you use oxygen gas. You can use oxygen gas, you smash glucose, and you get way more ATP. Right? I'm going to come back to this one, but like we call that when you use oxygen, it's called aerobic. Aerobic. Like you get $36 for every molecule of glucose. Okay? If you take the same molecule of glucose and you smash it without oxygen, we call that anaerobic, and you only get $2. Oh, I'm trying to think, why wouldn't you want all of the money? Well, what if, like, a bear shows up? You got to move now, because you got to smash glucose now to get away from the bear. So you don't have enough time to wait for Little Red to bring you oxygen. To do that, you just smash it and then you get out of the way. Can't do it for very long, huh? Right? You cannot smash glucose without oxygen for very long, but you can do it for a little while to get away from the bear. Roar. I don't know if that makes any sense. It does to me. All right, so let's see our learning targets today. By the end of the day, you should know there's 2 ways to break up glucose. Do it aerobically, which is slowly, but gets you a lot of ATP, or anaerobically, which is fast, but you don't get very much ATP. We also call anaerobic respiration fermentation. And depending on the organism doing it, there are some other associated wastes. One, like when your muscle cells do it, one of the wastes is called lactic acid. And that actually changes the pH of your blood, makes it more acidic. And then when your blood gets to be certainly pretty acidic, that's when your brain says, okay, we're shutting down that muscle. That's why cramps happen. Some organisms, like yeast, they make ethyl alcohol as a waste product of doing respiration without oxygen, right? So and then people actually have taken advantage of that, right? Like when you have grapes are fed to yeast, and then they break down the sugars in grapes using anaerobic respiration, we get ethyl alcohol, and then we call that drink wine, right? That's what that is.
I just realized photosynthesis is just respiration in reverse. Whoa!